Bonjour, bonsoir. Welcome to the new Napa Valley Welcome Center.
Ooh la
Good to see you.
Linsey, first and foremost,
Mwah.
dear friends, the key in life is always to embrace a beautiful lady with your cheeks. This is the best way to say hello in Napa Valley now.
Yes, the welcome mat is down. We're ready to welcome everyone here.
That's it. But we would never let the famous Linsey Gallagher, dear friends, you realize that we are in one of the most amazing places in the heart of Napa Valley, that Linsey, we're going to celebrate it together. Ah! It's coming. How do you build the ultimate surprise? You let the court tell you when pressure is right to go. So Linsey is the CEO of Visit Napa Valley. So many of you have met her before.
Cheers.
On our live, she's exceptional, she's talented, she's the key leader from the Wine Institute to all the great organization of wine in the United States. She now is leading the future of Napa Valley. So we're delighted, and she just opened this new center.
Yes, very exciting.
So we're toasting with you, hoping you're going to come and see it.
Yes, right here on First Street in downtown Napa. But it's a welcome center for the entire Napa Valley. So we have a great team here that can give visitors recommendations for all the towns within the valley, whether you want winery suggestions like Raymond, a dinner reservation, hotel options, attractions like the wine train and hot air balloons. We can help plan a wonderful stay in the Napa Valley.
That's amazing. So people can come discover.
Yes.
And we're going to walk around in a second, so be with us. It's very unique, gorgeous, beautiful, and insanely inspiring, because you take care of all the activities for people too.
We can do that, yes, and it's all complimentary. So, right now we need to remind everybody when they come to visit that they need to plan ahead. And some of the spontaneity of the visits prior to COVID, where you could just come and walk into a winery, it's a little more challenging with the safety protocols. So we do suggest that everybody reserve ahead of time. You can also contact our team before you come, and we will give you suggestions and help plan the perfect trip. But if you get here and you don't have reservations, you can come into the Welcome Center, and the team here will help you plan a fantastic spontaneous visit, even if you haven't planned ahead.
And what should people think of Napa Valley in general? What is your definition of Napa Valley?
It's the world's premier wine destination. I happen to think, having you and I have traveled all over the world for many years and been in many different countries, but I think
you see, we look at each other in the eye, because if not...
I know, bad luck. And
then we taste the wine. By the way, as you're describing Napa, this is Napa Valley.
No, but as you know, we've been everywhere in the world, and I think the hospitality here in the Napa Valley is second to none in the world. And so I'm very proud to be able to still represent wines from California and the Napa Valley, but to be able to be in hospitality and welcome people here to this wonderful wine region.
And to really engage the world into this amazing region.
Yeah.
But in addition to that, Linsey, tell us, what is your view of why Napa Valley is, besides hospitality, so exceptional? Because all of you friends, when you come here, you feel it. The energy in this beautiful ground is an exploration in itself, as we will see.
Absolutely.
But why again Napa in different way?
Look, I think it's a unique place on this earth, and I think that we have a world-class reputation, and well-deserved and very hard-earned, and our friends at Napa Valley Vintners and all of you in the vintner community have traveled around the world to fly a Napa Valley flag and share this story. But I think we also are very approachable and down to earth when you come here, and it's the people of the Napa Valley, I think, that make this such a magical place and a fun story to get to tell. And it's people like you who are authentic and real and fun, and are making world-class wines in this beautiful place. We're lucky to get to tell the story.
Well, thank you. And before we walk around, Visit Napa Valley helps not just the wineries, but obviously everything at large. It could be the hotels, it could be all the activities we could do, right? Give us a little sense of, the vision and the mission of Visit Napa Valley, which I think is is very cool, and I wish we had visit the wine region in every wine region in the world and making it so easy to organize things.
Yeah, so our mission is to promote, protect, and enhance this destination.
Yes.
And so it's really important to be able to promote and tell that story, but we have to protect it for future generations, and we need to be able to share it with the world. And so that's, I take that responsibility I don't take it lightly. And it's important that we are thinking about the future and we are able to continue to share this beautiful place with people from all over the world. We have 140,000 people, inhabitants of the Napa Valley, and we would, in normal years, welcome 3.85 million guests from all around the world.
That's incredible.
And so, it's a small valley bound on each side by a mountain range, and but we can safely and sustainably welcome the world here as well. So we hope to be able to continue to do that for a long time.
And as we're looking at this amazing space, why did you choose Napa Town, and why this specific area?
Well, we are located on First Street here in downtown Napa. We're between the Archer and the Andaz hotels, and if anybody has not been to downtown Napa in a while, it's experiencing quite a resurgence. And it's an area of the valley that 5 to 10 years ago, people didn't even get off the highway here in downtown, and now there's really a fun cultural center of both visitors and residents, great restaurants, great hotels, lots of tasting rooms here in downtown Napa as well.
So you can basically plan your wine discovery just without even going in the vineyards.
Absolutely, yes. And so we wanted to be fishing where the fish are, so to speak. And so there's a lot of visitors here, they're out in the wineries during the day and experiencing the valley, but many are coming back to downtown Napa to stay for their accommodation. And so for us here, this is a fantastic new high foot traffic location.
Yes.
We've got great neighbors already and some great neighbors coming here to the center here on First Street. And it's fantastic for us to be able to be open in this new space after COVID, to be seeing visitors coming now from the drive markets primarily of Sacramento, San Francisco, the East Bay, but now we're starting to see more and more folks from Southern California and Texas and other states coming here.
So it's very encouraging.
It is. We're the welcome mat for the whole valley here. We're telling a story about all the towns of the Napa Valley, and we hope to help everyone have a wonderful experience while they're here.
And you have some absolutely unbelievable things that we want all of you, dear friends, to see. So shall we walk around?
Describe the wine first.
Well,
I don't
tell
think you
me
did that
about it.
yet. Well, it's
You
delicious.
Linsey is the wine expert.
And I love, the package on this. I love the feather, the peacock feather.
And Le Cabaret for you, because it's a celebration to finally reopen.
It's, we're looking forward to live music again in the valley this summer.
Yes.
Many of our concert programs will get to happen again throughout the summer.
Yes.
And it's going to be a big summer of celebration and welcoming everybody back here safely, of course.
So what do those bubbles do for you, Linsey?
Let's see. Look, I think this for me is a great beginning, and it's it's delicious, it's refreshing, but it's been a long time since we've gotten to celebrate with dear friends outside of Zoom, and I think we're all looking forward to that opportunity in the summer ahead.
Well, we should call it like this: Le Cabaret, new beginning.
Beautiful.
So Linsey, let's go and tour.
Come and look.
Ooh la la! So what a surprise, Linsey! This is gorgeous.
This is the bird's eye view of the entire Napa Valley, which is fun, especially when visitors come and don't have aren't as familiar with what the valley looks like. We can show, the topography of it, the distance between the different towns. Sometimes people don't realize that it can take a little bit of it's a beautiful drive, but it takes a little while to get to Calistoga.
How long would it take from Napa to Calistoga?
I'd like to say half an hour, but it can be longer than that. But,
a sports car, convertible, typically red.
A soccer-on car now.
That's
Sorry.
She has both, actually.
I do. But the team here can help people figure out. That's what we love to do. The concierge team is happy to give suggestions and manage expectations about how long it takes to get from point A to point B.
And that's at the same time very small. So dear friends, when you think sometimes, Napa Valley is expensive as wines, not that bad when you think that it's only 50,000 acres.
That's right, yes, and we have accommodations and restaurants and wineries for every price point here.
That's it.
So we certainly are a premium in the luxury destination. We will always embrace that, but for those that may feel that they have to opt out, I encourage them to come and visit us or to contact us, because we can help find an experience for every budget.
Yeah, and what's the typical amount of time do you recommend for people to stay if they want to explore really truthfully Napa Valley in a more in-depth way?
I think at least 3 or 4 days allows you to do that, if you can do that, because you can start down in American Canyon, which is the gateway to the Napa Valley. They have beautiful wetlands there and a lot of outdoor family-friendly activities that some of us who live here didn't even know about that. And so you can really have a unique experience there. You can make your way into downtown Napa, which is somewhat urban and has a little bit of nightlife, dare I say.
And it's coming.
Yeah.
You'll see, dear friends,
It's even
there's
going to
more
get
to
better.
come.
Some new neighbors perhaps, which is great. And there are tasting rooms downtown, open a little bit later. And then the individual character of each of the other towns in the valley, from Yountville, which you know well, up to St. Helena and into Calistoga with a wonderful spa and wellness scene. Each town is so unique, a different personality, different experience. And so I like to encourage people to not be one and done with the Napa Valley. And you can't come just for one weekend or one wedding experience and think that you've experienced the Napa Valley. You really have to come again.
Well, exactly. And now, what do you recommend for people to do with weddings? If you got married last year, we know some of you, and you've had a soul celebration, it's not necessarily an exchange of the vows, but it's a party.
Absolutely, yes. No, we are seeing so much interest in coming out to Napa Valley to celebrate many missed moments from 2020, and certainly weddings this summer are going to be great. So yes, please come and have those make up for those lost celebrations here in the Napa Valley.
It could be a divorce, it could be a funeral, it could be a birth.
Whatever you're celebrating.
Well, it's important, I think, never to think only about wedding.
This is true. All celebrations, and I think what's most important is that we have such great outdoor venues here. We had them anyway, but I think the Napa Valley has done such a good job of really expanding and reimagining those outdoor spaces. And we have a mix of indoor outdoor. You can be inside, your group can move to the outside seamlessly. So it's very safe. It's iconic. We have vineyard views all throughout the valley, and we're really good at celebrating. So.
And what is so cool, and I'm going to toot the horn of Oakville Grocery and 1881 Wine Museum, is as you visit Napa Valley, the site here, then you stop halfway for a glass of wine and maybe some food or a culinary experience, and you have the museum on the history of Napa Valley as well, which is great.
I think the more people learn about it, the more they need to then go and experience that. And I applaud you for the great platform and program you have there, and really sharing the history of the entire valley at that middle point of the valley. We all feel very fortunate for that.
The crossroads of it all.
Yes.
Now, what about this unbelievable screen? Can we come at 9 and watch movies?
Yes, you can. Absolutely. You can bring the girls. I'll bring my kids. And we
Fantastic. Well, I'd rather be with you and your charming husband and Gina, and we watch Fellini on a movie like this.
We can do that.
Wow.
This is our 16 by 9 foot digital display. We call it the mini Times Square of Napa Valley.
For sure.
But what it really does is allow us in a 24/7 format to broadcast beautiful imagery from throughout the valley and inspire visitors who are here trying to figure out what to do while they're visiting to see the whole valley. We have beautiful images like this that are just wonderful, but we also tell a story of each town in this video reel and encourage people to find their way to Calistoga, St. Helena, down to American Canyon, Yountville, and downtown Napa. So it allows us to sort of have a postcard in real time to inspire visitation all throughout the valley.
And maybe it's a great time to explain to our friends the diversity of each of those towns and villages. you know, maybe you give us a quick overview of what experience do you feel are in each, because Yountville is obviously very different than Calistoga.
Absolutely. And we're so lucky to have all those gems sprinkled
Yes.
throughout the Napa
Which is
Valley, don't you?
very diverse, dear friends. It's all
Yes.
about diversity.
It is, yes. And as we said, American Canyon, very outdoor friendly, family friendly, hiking trails. Soon, before we even get to American Canyon, we are a big supporters of the Napa Valley Vine Trail
Yes.
and helping. This is a wonderful bicycle trail that's going to run from the Ferry Building in Vallejo all the way to Calistoga when it's
How many
finished.
miles is
47
that?
miles through the length of the valley.
I
You
better
can
straighten my
visit all
legs.
the towns. You can wine taste along the way. Maybe you wouldn't make it all the way to Calistoga if that was the case, but you could start there and make your way down. But I think that that's such a unique asset for a wine region to have,
Yes.
accessible by bike, and for families to be outside with strollers or scooters or walking. It's just going to be great to have that all throughout the valley. But certainly American Canyon, very outdoor friendly, very family friendly. Downtown Napa, a little bit more of a scene, if you will. Lots of great hotels, but also lots of parks and trees, and a lot of historic homes in downtown Napa, which are really fun. A lot of the Victorian era
sure.
architecture is fun, and there are bed and breakfasts and small inns that you can experience those directly. And then coming up to Yountville, that is of course the food and wine mecca and heart of the Napa Valley. A lot of Michelin-starred properties and very well known, like the French Laundry, but also some great fast casual opportunities in Yountville as well, from Model Bakery to Bouchon Bakery to anything in between. There's a lot of great food, in particular in Yountville. Then of course Oakville Grocery is where everybody goes to get lunch and provisions for the day, and your wine program there is just unbelievable. I've had a chance to try wines by the glass from Oakville Grocery that I would never have a chance to otherwise.
Well, it's fun to be able to have 50 wines by the glass. You get a card, and you could try 1 ounce of every one. And that's kind of your tasting room, your master tasting room, your Visit Napa Valley tasting room of the who is who of Napa in a great way, by AVA. So
It's
that's
very
a good addition.
educational and very aspirational too, because you have some incredible wines there
Thank
that
you.
Even a couple ounces of the pour is a luxury for anyone. So that's a lot of fun in the middle. And you come up a little bit further into Rutherford and St. Helena, and of course you have the new road to Raymond in St. Helena, which is fantastic. So congratulations.
We finally did that, and many of you saw the beautiful speech of Linsey Gallagher when we opened the road to the pleasure of Napa Valley Raymond Vineyards.
It's the fanciest driveway in all of Napa Valley.
Well,
so
and it will grow away finally.
Oh, it's wonderful.
We'll have to
Great.
wait till the trees fully get to the right time.
So that's a great gem in St. Helena, and we love to say that St. Helena is Napa Valley's Main Street in downtown. It's charming and beautiful, and a lot of well-known vintners live there, and so St. Helena I think is really in the heart of that piece of.
And so much more to discover behind little gates or little doors. You'd never imagine how beautiful the homes are, or the stores are, and the experiences are. So St. Helena is in the access of Mount St. Helena, of course.
Absolutely. And then, as Mayor Canning refers to, the crown jewel of the Napa Valley is Calistoga, and it's just a fantastic, rustic, elegant destination, very focused on wellness, lots of spas and mud baths and sort of natural geysers and that type of phenomena. That I think that the energy and the flow there is probably very good, and it's a whole entirely different experience in Calistoga than what you will get here in downtown Napa, and we want everyone to try all of it.
And fantastic water that is coming from Mount St. Helena, of course, and this is where, for many of us, we love him, Sam Brannan got the train to go all the way, and all the spas is thanks to him in many ways.
Yes.
Right?
Absolutely, yeah, and now we have the Napa Valley Wine Train that can bring you there. It's reopening as well, and so it's good to be headed into the greater reopening of the state of California in June, and there's a lot of anticipation for a safe return to more normal movement, and we hope that the economy can rebound, and that more importantly we can welcome our friends from around the world to come see us in Napa Valley again. So.
That's the key. Come and see us. Well, let's keep going around this amazing space, because there's a lot more to do in Visit Napa Valley, the great destination in the heart of First Street. So let's keep walking. So we have to try it in 81 with a map that you so beautifully described, Linsey. So voila.
Thank you.
It's a
beautiful label.
For you.
Yes, for the whole valley there.
Made for you.
You can come see it in the Welcome Center, or you can have it in your house.
That's it.
Be inspired.
So I love the space. So basically, you are promoting all kinds of things here. So do you want to give us a little bit of a...
This is the mercantile section of our Napa Valley Welcome Center, and we have a lot of artisan, locally made products that are great souvenirs to take home from the Napa Valley. We also find that a lot of locals come in here and shop, just because Adriana does such a great job of finding unique and fun things. So this is the fun part. Even the staff likes shopping here.
Well, and you have this beautiful pillow that you need to have on your sofa for all of you.
Yes, lots of fun pillows. We have lots of things that say Napa Valley on them to help you remember a great trip.
That's it.
Hopefully, but yeah, it's fun to be able to share these types of pieces of the Napa Valley with the whole world.
I mean, it's really a lifestyle.
It is, absolutely, and we're lucky to live here, and we're even more lucky to get to share that with the world. It's a sort of rustic elegance, very aspirational, but down to earth and rooted in farming.
And we call it Napa chic when you invite it to our parties. So it's not casual, it's Napa chic, it's a new trend. Same with the food. I mean, there's a lot of great books on, from Pascal Biel as an example, fruits. There's another one which I love here about all the appetizers.
Yes.
Linsey,
cheers.
You're a wine princess. So it's time you tell us what you think of what Napa is all about in your glass here.
Look, I think that Napa Valley is all about making memories, and I think many of us have enjoyed a wine, perhaps, but when you have it in the place where it was grown, with the people who crafted it, it's a really magical moment. And so I think that we are really excited for the summer ahead, and to be able to welcome the world back, to have your own magical moments and more parties, more Napa chic attire.
For sure.
Dust off, put the sweatpants away and get some summer clothes out.
I mean, you could be in the Hamptons, but it's kind of passé. You could be in Miami Beach, really. You could be in Beverly Hills, it's a long stretch, but what about Napa Valley, Highway 29?
That's where it's going to be happening this
I think
summer,
it's the new Champs-Élysées of the United States.
Yes, all the way to the road to Raymond.
Oh, thank you. Are we ready? So give us a little bit of an update maybe of what's hospitality and tourism and all those opportunities are now.
Well, it's the beginning of June now, and it's Auction Napa Valley weekend, and we are starting, the engine is restarting for welcoming people back, I think. We are anticipating news from our California's governor on June 15th, so very soon. We anticipate a much wider reopening with fewer restrictions.
Great.
But at the end of the day, I think, safety and wellness have been a priority in California and here in the Napa Valley throughout this pandemic.
Yes.
We have great rates of, vaccination rates here. A big piece of the population has already done that. So we are ready to safely welcome everybody from around the world here again. And we're starting to see a lot of interest in holding leisure travelers coming, but also it's a great destination for meetings and smaller group gatherings where we have so many outdoor spaces and so much opportunity to enjoy the beautiful backdrop of the vineyards and of the valley. And so, those key trends that we're starting to see is interest in group meetings, but in a smaller format, perhaps. Maybe not 500, maybe 50.
That's right. So from board meetings all the way down to management meetings, to gatherings. I mean, that's the perfect amount, isn't it?
It is. And people really want to get off of Zoom and connect with a human again.
We are connecting. We can get close.
It's very strange.
Are you jealous?
To have to.
As you should be.
to see people without a screen, without the ability to mute and turn off your video.
Very true.
But I think that people are craving that in-person experience. And here in Napa Valley, we can offer an inside and outside. We can offer experiential things like being the winemaker for a day, or coming out into the vineyard, or a lot of interesting food and wine pairing options.
And having lunch or dinner in the vineyards between the rows, which is very inspirational.
It is.
I mean, we should never forget, all of us, that nature is our number one source of inspiration to many of us, or most of us. If we open up to Mother Nature, and we are in nature, that's the beauty of Napa Valley, is we're surrounded with two beautiful mountains. We are right in between them, and we nested in this amazing echo and dialogue with Mother Nature. And I think that's very important. You can escape here and be wild if you decide to.
Some might like to do that.
Like Linsey was, as she had her babies.
It's, I think that the nature component is, we are so fortunate to have such a bounty of natural phenomena here. We have so many microclimates within the Napa Valley. I think that's one thing that a lot of people from around the world don't know, but that we literally have very different climates and geography in the south end of the valley versus the north end of the valley. It can be 25, 30 degrees difference just on that short drive from one end of the valley to the other. And so there's a lot of interesting geography and geology and energy and
magnetism, as I'm feeling magnetized, and quality.
Yes, absolutely.
I mean, the quality is exceptional, and that's, I think, as well, what is so important. There's many other beautiful wine regions around the world, and maybe sometimes you taste the wines and you say, we've had a great time, but Whereas here, I mean, it's phenomenal, isn't it? It
is. The Napa Valley has a huge global reputation, but it only produces 4% of the wine in the world. And so, the wine in California, and even less from a world standpoint. So it's a big reputation for the region, but done in small quantities, handcrafted with a lot of love and a lot of TLC and a lot of families involved in bringing this great product to the world stage. So.
And give us maybe a brief outlook of all the events happening from Festival Napa Valley all the way to the end of the year, because you've mentioned briefly the wine auction.
Yes.
Naturally, this year is going to be done in a different format, but otherwise there's so much going on.
There is, and it's exciting to be on the cusp of a wider reopening here. We have a lot of summer concert series that are going to be happening in the vineyard this year. We have some wonderful theaters and indoor venues, but we've pivoted and taken that programming outside for this summer. And what more magical place to be than out in a vineyard enjoying a concert, whether that's through the Blue Note programs that are coming up to the north part of the valley, or whether that's Festival Napa Valley, where we can share beautiful music from around the world in many smaller vineyard locations. We also got the great news recently that the Bottle Rock Festival is going to go forward over Labor Day weekend after two cancellations or postponements.
But they sticking with it, which is great.
Yeah.
And that goes without saying, all the celebration of harvest in every wineries as well, which is always a fun opportunity to meet the vintners and the winemakers and to be among the vines and the grapes coming in.
I think one of the silver linings in COVID has been our ability to digitally connect with visitors and consumers from around the world. They've seen a full cycle of the vineyard and the grape and the harvest through virtual tastings and that type of a format, but we couldn't be more excited to be able to welcome you all back in person for harvest parties in 2021.
And there's something else coming up in November again.
Finally, the Napa Valley Film Festival will be taking place once again, and that's of course a wonderful celebration of the cinema and arts and wine and food and celebrity and all of that here in the Napa Valley. And so we couldn't be more excited to have that coming back to an in-person and virtual format as well.
So we can welcome you every other month.
Yes, we can.
And here we are.
Yes.
Well, Linsey, I want to thank you immensely for everything you do for Napa Valley, because you're the force, you're the leader, and you bring all of us together to be energized and naturally to do a lot more than we would ever do individually. So you bring such a great energy.
Well, thank you for that. We like to say that we help the industry do what it can't do for itself, but we need great spokespeople like you and all of your vintner colleagues who are, we have a great story to tell, and we have the welcome mat is out, and we are ready to welcome everyone here. The Napa Valley Welcome Center is open 7 days a week now.
Wow.
Open in the evening on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday.
So what's the time on?
So 10:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. on weekdays, and then Thursday, Friday, and Saturday we stay open till 7 p.m. So you can come on your way to dinner, on your way after happy hour, and whether you're a local or a visitor, we would be happy to help you plan a fantastic Napa Valley experience. So come and see us here.
So maybe beyond this fabulous message, is there another message you want to send to the world? From Napa Valley, from Visit Napa Valley, and from Linsey Gallagher.
Well, I would like to personally invite everyone to the Napa Valley, and I would like to welcome you back. We are so excited about the summer ahead. We're getting very busy on weekends here already, so do plan ahead, but certainly I want the world to know that we are here ready to safely invite you into the Napa Valley and to give you the experience that you wouldn't get anywhere else in the world. So we intend to over-deliver on those expectations for everyone who comes.
We are ready.
Yes, cheers.
Cheers, and Linsey, congratulations.
Thank
you.